How is it going, everyone? Thirsty Dog here, and you're probably wondering why do I have a video posted? Because it's been I don't know, it's probably been months by now since I last did a video. But my recording setup wasn't quite ideal for a while, and I have moved my office into a different room and set everything back up, and I actually have a pretty decent setup now. I have a camera overhead, pretty sweet. Don't have to have it in front of me, and my mic to the left. So pretty sweet setup, and I figured I wanted to check out a box of Unstable. Not gonna be able to draft it anytime soon, but I got some boxes in from Alpha Investments, and let's go ahead and take a look. Some pretty cool stuff in here with the unique drafting experience that I hope to someday be a part of. I have some boxes reserved for in case that day were to come. Also, of course, one of the main reasons why I'm opening this is not really so much for the cards. I'm going to put the cards actually in probably in a cube-like setup so I can actually draft the same cards if I should so choose. I want to keep the boxes sealed because who knows if these are actually going to be worth something someday. Probably. I mean, the lands alone are going to be worth a decent amount in the future, I assume, unless they print this to Oblivion, which is very much possible, but regardless, this lands are going to be sweet, no matter how much they print it. Hopefully we can get lucky and also get a foil land. Let's go ahead and skip the commons. It's the first time I've seen any of these cards in person. Pretty cool though. We have a buzzing wackadoodle for the first uncommon. Overt operative. Hammerfest boomtacular. And the rare is one of the augment creatures, serpentine something. So this half of it gets +3/+3. Whenever a land enters battlefield under control, does something else, augment for 2 in green. Sweet looking forest. Interesting to see this first time. Take a second here. So weird about that border. Also the little holograph at the bottom. Pretty sweet. Got ourselves a rare contraption. This one's Gift Horse. Whenever you crank it, roll 2 6-sided dice. Make 1/1 goblin creatures equal to the difference of those results. And another contraption, Neural Network. And a foil Stormcrow. It's pretty neat that you get a foil in every pack, at least I believe. Watching Rudy's pack opening, or box opening. Everyone had a foil. A lot of piles involved here. Got ourselves a Sly Spy. Rumors of my death, in quotes, ... Quirk's other thumb. And a handy, handy dandy clone machine. For 3, your artifact, pay 2 and tap to create a 2/2 colorless homunculus creature token. It must be represented by a unique hand and 2 fingers at all times, or it ceases to exist. Ooh, and a nice island. A lacquery recycler, and a top secret tunnel, and a fairy spy. Next pack. It's weird with the number of commons is a little less than normal because of the way the pack's arranged. Got ourselves a Druid of the Sacred Beaker. Clock of Doom. Half Shark, half something with augment. And a Steam Flogger of the Month. 3/2 red creature, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, it assembles a contraption for each contraption you control. This little swamp. And a Hypnotic Swirly Disc. Rare contraption. And if you crank it, target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, or X's number of creatures you control. Mandatory Friendship Shackles, and a goat. Alright, next pack. If I can get it open. Why are you doing that to me, pack? Jeez, alright. Next up, we have a Steam Flogger Temp. The Knight of the Widget. Half orc, half other creature. And the big idea for 4/2 red, you get a legendary creature. That's a Brainiac villain. It's a 4/4. You can pay 2 and 2 hybrid mana, that's red or black, and tap it to roll a 6-sided die and create a number of 1/1 red Brainiac creature tokens equal to that result. Then its other ability is tap 3 untapped Brainiacs you control. The next time you would roll a 6-sided die, instead roll 2 6-sided die instead. And we have a mountain. Put stuff in the piles over there. A jamming device contraption. And a dictation quillograph and a clue. Clues are interesting. Inclusion. Too bad you can't get the foiled clues in standard when clues were in standard. Alright, so we have a lab robot, the augment host, hammer jammer, side quest, and a mythic, Old Buzz Bark. For X, red and green, get a legendary creature, Goblin Warrior for 3/3. When it enters battlefield, you roll X 6-sided dice onto the battlefield from a height of at least X inches. For each die, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to that result, and each creature you control that die is touching. For each die, Old Buzz Bark deals damage equal to the results to each creature an opponent controls that die is touching. That is interesting. Not sure I'm a huge fan of having to drop die from a certain height, but whatever. I got a plains, a headbanger, and a sapsucker, and a foil elemental. That's neat. You can use that with voice. I wonder how much certain foil tokens go for. Honestly, I don't know why you would need them to be in foil or if you would care, but some people do. Like for example, I don't really care about putting together a foiled out deck. I'm not a huge fan of foils, but they're pretty cool looking. We have a Border Guardian, socketed Sprocketer, half kitten, half other, and oddly uneven. 3/2 white, choose one, sorcery. Destroy each creature with an odd number of words in its name, or destroy each creature with an even number of words in its name. Got ourselves another island. Very nice. A headbanger again. And dictation quillograph. And a foil spirit. There we go. These packs are very stingy. Alright, got ourselves a Chittering Doom, Cog Mentor, Spy Eye, and a Rules Lawyer. So for 3 and 2 white, you get Artifact Creature, Cyborg Advisor. It's a 1/1. And state-based actions don't apply to you or other permanents you control. And I am not reading the rest of that, because that's pretty nuts. And a Forest, and another rare contraption. Record Store. Whenever you crank Record Store, look at the top X cards of your library. X is the number of artifacts you control. Put one of those cards in your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Thud for Duds, another contraption, and a foil Saproling. That one was a bit easier. Got ourselves a Border Guardian, Crowstorm, Monkey, Augment, Earl Squirrel, nice. 4 and 2 green, 4/4 with Squirrel Link. Of course, it's a Squirrel Advisor. Creature tokens that you control are squirrels in addition to their other creature types, and other squirrels you get are +1/+1. And another island. A Quick Stick Lick Trick. And a Boom Flinger. And a foiled Beast. Alright, got a stamp of approval. Suspicious Nanny. Old Fashioned Vampire. Dark Outdoors. Foil Eager Beaver. And another Oddly Uneven. I already read that, so don't need to read it again. And a Swap. Hold on a second. Swap we got. And a Mythic Contraption. Hard Hat Area. Whenever you crank Hard Hat Area, roll 2 6-sided dice. It assembles a number of contraptions equal to the difference between those results. And a division table. And a foil elemental. These piles are confusing. There's so many of them. Got ourselves a Steel Squirrel. Give me 5. The one that makes people go around and getting high fives. Squirrel Powered Scheme. Ooh, nice. And a very cryptic command. This one is worth probably one of the higher values in the set. For 1 and 3 blue, get an instant, choose 2. I believe this is also one of 4 or 5 different types of cards. One of those cards that can have different different card text. But choose 2, draw a card from your opponent's library. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. Until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a blue frog with base power and toughness 1/1. Or create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. And a mountain. Ooh, a foil rare creature. This one's Angelic Rocket. So it's a host for 8. Pretty expensive. 4/4. It's got flying. And when this creature enters the battlefield, it may destroy a target landline permanent. That's pretty powerful. Accessories to Murder and Applied Aeronautics. And a foil zombie token. Next pack, proper laboratory attire. Protection from die rolls. The Sneak Dispatcher. Half Kit and Half with Augment. And we also have Spike Tournament Grinder. For 2 and 2 black, that's Phyrexian mana. Get a 1/1 legendary creature, human gamer. You can pay 4 black Phyrexian mana to choose a card you own from outside the game that has been banned or restricted in a constructed format. Reveal that card and put it into your hand. This would be an interesting EDH card for sure. A Swamp. Oh, and a foil rare contraption. This one is Duplication Device. Whenever you crank Duplication Device until on a turn, target creature becomes a copy of any creature in the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Oh, and a mythic rare contraption, Fairy Airy. Whenever you crank Fairy Airy, you create 2 1/1 blue Fairy Spy creature tokens with flying, haste, and whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, draw a card. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. That seems pretty powerful. Division table and a foil goat. All right. Get ourselves a Garbage Elemental. Crow Storm. Zombified. And a foil common. Magic Word. And Angelic Rocket. So it's the rare that we got that I read a little bit ago. And a mountain. Thud for Duds. Sapsucker. And a foil clue. Alrighty. Next pack, we have a Steamflogger Temp. Rumors of My Death. Shelliphant. Interesting. Ooh, another one of those cards that you can get different versions of, I believe. This is Every Thingamajig. Very expensive 8-drop artifact. So you can pay 1 and tap to scry 2, pay 1 and tap, pay a life, create a 0/1 goat creature token. Interesting. And then 7 tap, sacrifice it. Choose start a player at the beginning of the next end step, exchange life totals with that player, exchange control of all permanents you and that player control, and exchange cards in your hands, cards in your libraries, and cards in your graveyards. That's pretty nuts. Got a Plains. Targeting a Rocket, Boomflinger, and a foil elemental. Next pack, Low Blobber. Give me 5. Hammerfest Boomtacular. And a foil first pick. And a Water Market. It's a rare land. Tap to add 2 to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast spells with watermarks. And a forest. Got another rare contraption. Guest list. Whenever you crank it, target creature gets -X X until end turn, where X is the number of creature cards in its controller's graveyard. And a quick stick lit trick. A foil Cyberling. Got ourselves a teacher's pet. Squirrel powered scheme. More or less. And a Hydra Doodle. So for XX green green, get a 0/0 creature, Hydra Hound. As Hydra Doodle enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. Enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it, equal to the total of those results. It also has Reach and Trample. And an island. A Sundering Fork. Inflation Station, and a foil beast. Feels like this box is taking a while. Try to speed it up a little bit. Got a steel squirrel. Half squirrel, half whatever. Gork's other thumb. And a cramped bunker. 4 red-green enchantment. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the player moves a permanent he or she controls to touch cramped bunker and no other permanents. If he or she can't, destroy each permanent that player controls that isn't touching cramped bunker, then sacrifice it. And a swamp. A rare contraption. Refibrillator. Whenever you crank it, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. A Buzz Buggy, and a foil elemental. Garbage elemental next pack. A first pick. Steam powered whatever is augment. And a Clock Napper. 3/2 blue, human spy, it's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, choose beginning phase, pre-combat phase, pre-combat main phase, combat phase, post-combat main phase, or ending phase. Steal that phase from target player during his or her next turn. A mountain. Widget contraption, auto key, foil zombie. Alright, next pack. Got ourselves an Inhumaniac. Slain Mantis. 5-finger discount. And another mythic. This time it's the Grand Calcutron. White and blue legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, each player's hand becomes a program. Players can only play the first card of their program. If a card be put into a player's hand from anywhere, that player reveals it and places it anywhere within his or her program instead. It's kind of a weird card. At the beginning of each player's end step, if that player's program has fewer than 5 cards, he or she draws cards equal to the difference. That's bizarre. I'm not sure how that plays out. A Plains, Lucky Recycler, Sapsucker, and a Vampire. Ooh, last pack of the first half of the box. Jeez. It's been a while since I've done a box opening, so kind of forgot how long it can take, especially if you read as many of them as I have been. Alright, got a Low Blobber. Kindly Cognition. Half Orc, half. And a Jack Knight. For a 1 and white, you get a 1/1 artifact creature. It's a cyborg knight. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under control, put a +1/+1 counter on Jack Knight. If the artifact is a contraption, it gains lifelink until end of turn. That's a pretty powerful card. Force. Dual Doom Suits for a rare contraption. Whenever you crank it, each time a source you control will deal damage this turn, it deals double debt damage instead. Pretty powerful. Optical Optimizer. And a Foil Thopter. Whew, alright, on to the second half of the box. Get ourselves a Cogmentor. Skull Saucer. The zombie head. Knight of the Widget. Insight. X blue sorcery. Assemble X contraptions. I don't know what the power level of the contraptions are because, again, I haven't played, but I guess I could see that being pretty powerful if they are useful. The Swamp. Another rare contraption, Oaken Power Suit. If you crank it, target creature gets +X/+X, where X is greatest power among creatures you control. Inflation Station and Angel. Alright, get ourselves a Labrobot Host. Super Duper Death Ray. Instant deals damage to a creature that's trample. Hope that actually becomes a thing. Pretty cool. Reminds me of a little bit of some of the effects you can get in Eternal. Steam Floggery. And Phoebe, Head of Sneak. 1 blue-black, 2/3 legendary creature, human spy. Can't be blocked by creatures with flavor text. You can pay 2 blue-black. Phoebe permanently steals target creature's text box. And a mountain. Gnome Ball Machine, Top Secret Tunnel, and a foil gnome. Oh geez, this one's opening strangely. Alright, we have a Goblin Haberdasher, Old-Fashioned Vampire, half scroll, half whatever, and Split Screen. 4-drop artifact. Whenever it enters the battlefield, shuffle your library and deal it into 4 libraries. If anything refers to your library, choose one of your libraries for it. Play with your library's top cards revealed, and whenever it leaves the battlefield, shuffle your libraries together. Interesting. Get ourselves a Plains. 12-stick Charger, Applied Aeronautics, and a Construct. Next pack, Teacher's Pet. Ninja. Clock of Doom again. And X. X is a legendary creature. It's 2/2 for blue and black. As long as X is an X on his opponent's hand, X's owner may cast X and activate X's abilities. That opponent can't cast X and plays with his or her hand or field. Blue-black tap, put X in the target opponent's hand. 3 blue-black, you may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost. That's a strange one. Foil stamp of approval. Forest. And a mythic contraption. Rapid prototyper. Whenever you crank it, create an XX colorless creature construct artifact creature token, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Insufferable Siphon and a dragon. It's cool. Alright, stamp of approval. Midlife upgrade. Robo. Over my dead bodies. 4 and 2 black. Enchantment, creature cards and graveyards can attack and block as though they were on the battlefield. Can block or be blocked only by creature cards in the graveyards. Are zombies in addition to their other types and have undeath touch. So if they damage your creature, you exile that. Creature cards in your graveyard have haste. Pretty crazy card. Another island, nice. Dispatch Dispensary, Boom Flinger, and a squirrel. I think that was the first squirrel I got, so it's cool. Come on. There we go. Curious how this host augment thing plays out. Strange concept, but pretty unique though too at the same time. Contraption Cannon. First pick. More or less. And Hotfix. 4 white and blue sorcery. You have 10 seconds to look at and rearrange the cards in your library. At the end of those 10 seconds, if you're touching one or more of those cards, shuffle your library. So you have 10 seconds to find a few cards you want and put them on top, essentially. For 6 mana, a swamp. A duplication device. Mandatory Friendship Shackles, and a Goblin. So yeah, I believe I already got that one, so I've already read it. Alright, Sly Spy, Suspicious Nanny, Clever Combo, Marry or O'Kill. Yeah. 5 and a hybrid red or black. Legendary Human Villain, 5/5. Pay 1 in hybrid red or black. Switch a Killbot or Marry or Kill in your hand with 1 on the battlefield. And a Mountain, Treadmill, Division Table, and Brainiac. We have a proper laboratory attire, Kindly Cognition, Monkey, and Ineffable Blessing. For 1 in green, Enters the battlefield, you choose a rarity. Whenever a creature with the chosen rarity enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. That's pretty powerful. Planes. Turbo Thwacking Auto Hammer, Buzz Buggy, and a Rogue. Not sure why you choose anything other than, you know, pretty much common for that enchantment, but who knows what kind of deck you might play out with. We have a midlife upgrade. Oh, fell right off. A Goblin Haberdasher, Steam Flogger Service Rep, and a Masterful Ninja. So for 2 and a black, you get a 1/1 creature, Troll Ninja. Has haste, reveal it from your hand. It is on the battlefield and in your hand until end of turn. And pay 1 in black to give it +1/+1 until end of turn. That's a strange card. Mountain. Quick Stick Lick Trick, Buzz Buggy, and a Gnome. Knight of the Kitchen Sink, Crow Storm, a Rhino. Ooh, nice. Another mythic. This time it's Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. So for 3, an artifact. Equipped creatures get +2/+2 and has protection from rogues and from clerics. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat this process. Equip for 2. That's really cool. Planes. Insufferable Siphon, Boomflinger, and a Construct. Which, by the way, that art is pretty funny. I like it a lot. All right. Knight of the Kitchen Sink again. Suspicious Nanny, Party Crasher, and a Graveyard Busybody. 4 and 2 blue. Human spy creature that power, toughness, or stars. All graveyards are also your graveyards. Graveyard Busybody's power and toughness are equal to the number of cards with flavor text in your graveyards. Pretty interesting. A forest. Duplication device. Accessories to murder, and a dragon again. This one feels a little heavier, it seems like. Alright, Super Duper Death Ray. Inhumaniac. Steam Flogger Service Rep. And a 3-headed goblin. 3 and 2 red, 3/3 goblin mutant. Has triple strike. Deals first strike, regular, and a last strike damage. Interesting. And we have an island. Ooh, and a foil Mario Kill. So that's our second foil rare. Pretty sweet. I wonder if that's the slight difference I felt. Headbanger, Auto Key, and Squirrel. Alright, we have a Staff of the Letter Magus. Overt Operative. Rhino. Animate Library. 4 and 2 blue enchantment. Enchant a library. Enchanted library is an artifact creature on the battlefield with power toughness equal to the number of cards in it. It's still library. If enchanted library would leave the battlefield, exile animate library instead. It's pretty nuts. We have a swamp and a record store. Already read that guy. Top secret tunnel. And a goblin. Getting down to near the end finally. It's taking a while. So if you're still watching, I appreciate you hanging in there. We have an aerial Toastmaster. Ninja. 5-finger discount. Ooh, nice. The Vanilla Mythic Infinity Elemental. 4 and 3 red. Elemental creature that has infinite power and 5 toughness. And a mountain. A foil gumball machine. Gnome ball machine. Genetic recombobulator. Dictation quillograph. And a brainiac. Looks like the hope for a foil land is dwindling here. We have a buzzing wackadoodle. Steam powered something. Shelephant. A foil secret base. Griselda Monster Masher. This one's interesting. 3 black and red for 4 legendary creature, zombie villain. Combined enchanted and equipped creatures you control have menace. Pretty fairly powerful, but also 3 black red tap. Put 2 target creature cards from your graveyards onto the battlefield combined into 1 creature under your control. That's nuts. A plains. Treadmill, mandatory friendship shackles, and a rogue. There we go. Got ourselves an entirely normal armchair. Chittering Doom. Steam Floggery. And another hotfix. Already read that guy. A forest. Oh. Hello. That's our 3rd foil rare. This time it's a foil mythic. Huh. Don't know how common that is. We have a Deadly Poison Sampler, a rare contraption. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Whenever you crank it, until a turn, target creature gains whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, destroy target creature that player controls. Huh. Arms Depot, and a foil Stormcrow. So that's pretty cool. 3 foil rares. One of them being a mythic. Again, I'm not sure how common that is, but there you have it. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I see a good ending to this box. We have a Hammer Jammer, a Druid of the Sacred Beaker, a Spy Eye, And a foil plains. Nice. Now I don't think this is not gonna be picky here. Great. I'm glad I have a foil or a foil land. But I think the sweetest ones are the island first and foremost, and then the forest. But this is pretty sweet too. Not gonna lie. And a rare, or the rare I should say, because the ordering is kind of confusing. We have Modular Monstrosity, a 7-drop 3/3 artifact creature. That's quite expensive. Let's see what it does. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you have 5 seconds to choose a keyword you haven't chosen for a card named Modular Monstrosity today that's been printed on a creature card. If you do, Modular Monstrosity gains an ability. Otherwise, Modular Monstrosity loses all keyword abilities. So you gotta keep your focus, I guess, when you play that card. An island. A Total Stick Charger, Applied Aeronautics, and a Fairy Spy. Well, this was an interesting box. I'm gonna guess I got plenty of value out of it. All sorts of sweet lands, of course, which this is the first time I've seen them in person, so I really dig them. I mean, it's weird not having a border, but I think I'm wondering if this is WotC deciding to toy with the idea of changing the card format. And then, of course, we have a foil full land, which is the Plains. Pretty pumped about that. Then also, we have 3 foil rares, one of them being Infinity Elemental. So 2 foil rares and a foil mythic. Pretty awesome. And then the contraptions, we also have a foil rare contraption. I don't know what the values are for contraptions. Probably not a whole lot, but it's also interesting that the border is the same as like the land. So, aka non-existent. Not sure if that means they're actually playable with like Steam Flocker Boss, which actually we didn't get one, but that's okay. You can still, it's in 2 sets now, so not that rare. But that was a cool box though. I enjoyed it. I hope to play with these cards at some point soon. But primarily the lands are awesome. Main reason why I opened a box of Unstable, at least my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to make some more videos soon. Definitely looking forward to opening some more of standard sets when they come out. I did a bunch of recordings while I had my last office set up, but wasn't too happy with the recordings, so hopefully moving forward they will be better. I'll do more often. And until next one, guys, I'll catch you later.